While hiking off-trail, a man stumbled upon a weathered cabin deep in the woods. Through a window, he noticed candles flickering, a chilling sign that someone had been there recently. Uneasy, he snapped a quick photo and left immediately. But later, when he shared the photo with friends and family, they spotted something he hadn't. In the same window, next to the candles, a shadowy human-like figure seemed to be standing there, watching. At first glance, the cabin looked abandoned, but the candles and that figure suggested otherwise. Who would still be using this cabin, and what exactly might be going on inside? A man living in the wilderness of Arkansas was walking around his cabin when he heard growling and felt as though he was being watched. He started recording. That's when he saw two bright, glowing eyes staring back at him, something he had never seen before.
What the hell is he barking at? What the hell is that? What the fuck is that? What the fuck? What the fuck is that, y'all? What the fuck is that? Oh.
The eyes looked more like steady lights than reflective animal eyes. Some observers suggested LED lights, props, or even a costume. But that possibility might make it even creepier. Shaken, the man quickly went back inside and never saw it again. At Camp Low in Savannah, Georgia, someone discovered something unsettling. A note wedged in a cabin window, appearing to be written by a little girl. It was signed by Georgia Olive, and the words hinted at distress. Some locals believe it was nothing more than an old prank long forgotten. But others wonder, what if it wasn't a joke at all? What if this was her desperate attempt to call for help? In April 2022, a Japanese YouTube crew captured something they weren't expecting. While filming near a creepy old house, their camera caught this: a pale figure standing on the balcony above. It seemed to watch them in silence, before drifting backward into the shadows. The eerie footage quickly went viral in Japan, leaving viewers to wonder, did they accidentally capture a real ghost on camera? This man was woken one night by his dogs barking furiously. The next morning, when he stepped into the backyard, he found a deep trench and a barrel giving off a horrible stench.
I don't know. Let's do this again. This smells.
I need to report like a storage thing. What are those called?
Like a canister?
It's a canister, like for hazardous material.
It's in the alleyway.
It's in the alleyway. It's been
fucking
sitting
finger?
out here. And there looks like there's body parts in it.
Man, I don't think so.
548.
Fucking stinks though.
Shocked, he called the police. Tests later confirmed it wasn't human, it was animal remains. Still, he wonders why such barrels ended up in his backyard. Was it part of some ritual? Was it placed there for a reason? It remains a strange story with little context. On July 26th, near Cable, Wisconsin, a black bear was discovered with a plastic jar stuck on its head. For nearly 12 days, the animal had wandered close to 50 miles without proper food or water. Eric Donnelly and his nieces spotted it near their cabin and quickly alerted the authorities. USDA officials tranquilized the bear, removed the jar, and safely relocated it. Exhausted, the bear's first instinct was to drink water, a clear sign of relief after its long ordeal. Thankfully, help arrived just in time. Luca, a Brazilian urban explorer, set out to investigate an overgrown, abandoned building on the city's edge. But what they discovered inside was absolutely horrifying. Decay and silence filled the space as they searched for another entrance, when they saw this.
Ô Luca, pode ter caseira aí. Ô, tá cheio de roupa. Entra de uma vez pra ver. Pede licença.
Licença. Eita, tem uma lona aqui, João. Tem uma lona aqui.
Ô Luca, pode ter caseira aí.
Ô, tá cheio de roupa.
Entra de uma vez pra ver. Pede licença.
Licença.
Mano, olha aquilo ali, velho. Não, mano.
Tem um corpo.
Nossa, velho. Ai, meu coração, mano.
O que tem ali?
Ai, mano, meu coração, velho, tá batendo muito forte.
Sai daqui.
Ai, mano.
Eu vou sair daqui.
Não, olha ali, mano.
O que tem ali?
Olha ali, velho. Mano, olha aquilo, mano. É mentira. Ô, João, olha aquilo lá, velho. É mentira. Ô, João, olha aquilo lá, velho.
Ah, mentira.
Nossa, mano. Nossa, velho. Ai, meu coração, mano. Vamos ligar pra polícia? Ai, meu Deus do céu, mano. Nossa, velho. Ô, nós achou um corpo no bagulho, tio. Nós achou um corpo, mano. Mano, eu tô...
Luca do céu.
Nossa, velho. Eu tô passando mal, mano. Eu tô passando mal, velho. Tô passando mal.
A body lying on the floor. Shocked, they immediately left and called the police. Authorities later confirmed it was real. Scattered clothes and a makeshift tarp suggested the victim may have been homeless, but the circumstances remain unclear. The tragic discovery left them shaken. This Reddit user claimed to have found a destroyed cabin deep in the woods. While exploring, they snapped a picture, but when they looked closer, something chilling appeared. A ghostly face staring back from the ruins. Shaken, they quickly left the area. Whether genuine or staged, the eerie image left viewers deeply unsettled. On October 22nd, 2023, a man from the channel Gorilla Hot Tortilla wandered into an abandoned house deep in the woods late at night, driven by curiosity. Inside, things quickly turned unsettling. A cross hung upside down, and moments later, this happened. Despite the chilling signs, he pushed deeper into the house. But the tension grew unbearable, and eventually he bolted out of there, never looking back. Redditor Django Crutch, who lives near the forest, was reviewing a notification from his home security footage when he noticed something strange.
Hey, sir. What's up? What the f?
A dark, shadowy figure seemed to move across his yard. Some suggested it was just a bug, but others were convinced it could be something paranormal. Honestly, its size doesn't seem like a bug at all. The sudden movement and disappearance made him feel deeply unsettled. Alex, Eddie, and Nettie explored a car graveyard deep in the woods. Alex had seen a run-down cabin there earlier and returned with friends after learning its owner had died. Among rusting cars and overgrowth, they found the cabin. Inside, dark stains on the floor unsettled them.
No.
Yeah, well, go on, you're there now. There's blood stains on the floor. Shut up. Yeah.
Suddenly, vehicles pulled up outside. Fear hit. They might not be alone.
Sounds like there's a tank coming up. Don't look there. We can get out here. Oh, he's not panicking. He's a Mandarin, isn't he? He's on the shoot. I couldn't run if I wanted to. Where are you? They're opening the gates. Which way? Hang on, which way do we go? Go that way. Don't let him see you, don't let him see you.
They ran through bushes and broken cars, racing back to their own vehicle.
Oh, door open. Door open, quick.
To me. Bye, bye.
Shit, he's coming.
Quick.
He's coming. Go.
Turn around.
Yeah.
Quick.
I am.
Quick. You're going to take a picture. Go. You're going to get your picture now.
He's got a dog chasing you.
He's got his camera, hasn't he? Quick,
Nah.
zoom out, really quick.
Headlights closed in, but they escaped, realizing people can be far more dangerous than abandoned places. In 2012, a Reddit user's family visited the Sachsenhausen Museum in Germany. While reviewing old trip photos recently, they found one taken on an iPad 2 showing a figure that didn't seem to belong to that time. The area was behind glass, which might explain some distortions, but the figure appeared out of place. During the visit, the user noticed gauges suddenly bleeding, though they had been fine beforehand. It's unclear whether this was just a reflection of the glass or something more mysterious. A homeowner checked their security camera deep in the woods after receiving a notification. They expected to see an animal, and at first, that's what they thought it was. But it didn't look like anything that roams the area. It was completely white and seemed to walk on two legs. Thinking it must have been a person, the owner searched the whole area the next day, but found nothing. To this day, he still has no answers. A camping Instagram account had never shared anything paranormal before, until one trip when they posted this clip. During their stay, they hadn't seen a single animal, so realizing something had been this close without them noticing felt unsettling. Some viewers even questioned, was it really an animal at all? Mr. Red and his friends were on a trip in France, filming everything for his YouTube channel. Everything seemed normal, until they stumbled across a hidden bunker in the Alps. Before going inside, the group split up, leaving two behind. The moment they entered, an unsettling feeling took over, but without realizing it, they captured something on camera.
Ja, is goed. We gaan terug.
When they reviewed the footage later, it left them speechless. What was in there with them? These men were enjoying a quiet weekend in nature when they launched their drone in Utah, only a few hours from Area 51. While flying, his camera suddenly captured something strange. A small, cylinder-shaped object darting past at incredible speed. To this day, no one has been able to explain what was caught on camera. Could this mysterious sighting be connected to the secrets of Area 51, or was it just clever editing? Kyle, from the TikTok account Author Kyle Anthony, was home alone when he began hearing strange noises coming from beneath his house. At first, he shrugged it off, but over time, the sounds grew louder, clearer. He became certain that someone or something was living under his home. Determined to find out, he placed a small camera in the crawlspace, and the footage shocked him.
I just saw the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life. Watch this. That looks like a person. Sorta. I screenshotted part of it and like brightened the image and stuff. It looks so freaky. Is there a person under my crawl space? Is there some like hidden tunnel where they're getting access to it somehow without opening it? There's nothing else on the camera. There's nobody going in.
Something was definitely down there, though what it was, he couldn't tell. That same night, unable to sleep, he grabbed a flashlight and went to investigate at 3 a.m. But this time, nothing appeared. Then, just days later, around 2 a.m., the sounds returned. He went to check again, heart racing, when suddenly he heard this.
It was voices. I heard voices. Oh my God, I'm so freaked out. Oh shit. What the? Oh shit. Oh God.
Whatever was beneath the floorboards, Kyle had no answers. Was it a person, an animal, or something else entirely? Dan and Pete, ghost hunters from the channel Night Watcher Paranormal Australia, recently captured something unsettling during a late-night cemetery investigation. As they set up their static camera and began searching the grounds, the device recorded something they didn't notice at the time. It wasn't until the footage was uploaded online that viewers spotted it. Something strange lurking in the shadows. A man was exploring an old abandoned cabin in the woods when he stumbled upon a disturbing scene. Hands and faces seemed trapped in the plaster, frozen in silent screams. He posted a photo on Reddit. Some commenters claimed it was simply the work of a horror enthusiast, not a truly abandoned house. Others compared it to iconic horror scenes, imagining the figures clawing their way out of the walls. Whether art or something more, the eerie cabin left a lingering chill. a man in Russia was working late one night when he noticed something strange.
А у нас тут летающая тарелка зависла. Вон она. И уже долго-долго мы ее наблюдаем здесь. Вон она. Жуткая, конечно, капец.
Random lights blinking in a steady rhythm, suggesting a structured object above. The object itself was invisible, blending into the darkness, but the precise arrangement of lights hinted at a solid form. He kept his distance and zoomed in, yet the video offered no clear answers. Whether it was a massive craft or a trick of perspective, the cemetery and order of the lights were striking and hard to ignore, especially since he had lived there for years and had never seen anything like it, nor could he explain it. 10 years after Warren Haggard disappeared, hikers discovered his partial remains in Coyote Canyon, Nevada, 3 miles from his abandoned car. Warren, 79 years old, was last seen in April 2014 after visiting his son's home in Elk Grove, California. His wife, Kathy, expected him home that evening, but he never returned. A huge manhunt was then sparked in the hopes of locating him, with police pinpointing their search to a 400 square mile area of remote, rugged terrain in Nevada, USA. Haggard's blue Honda Civic was later discovered stuck in a creek bed, but the man himself was nowhere to be seen. A decade passed with no answers, until hikers were walking by an area of around 3 miles from where his car had been discovered. A shoe, a pair of blue jeans, some bones, and car keys were found and presumed to be that of Haggard's. YouTube Explorer's EWU crew wanted to look further around the area where some of Haggard's presumed remains were found, in the hopes of reuniting some of his belongings with his wife. In a video shared in June of last year, the team documented the moment they came across a key part of the case.
It's a bone right there. So we got a little bone right here. This is like a finger right here. I'm not going to touch any of this because you're not supposed to. When you find this stuff, you just got to let them know and they can come out and get it. A whole bunch of more clothing right here. Bones and clothes all over this area. We got clothing over here. I don't know if it's picking it up. Right here we have some money that he had. That's what 10 years, what money will look like in a desert in 10 years. So this is the general area for sure. A lot of clothing right here. Some more clothing there. And like I don't know, $20, $40 maybe.
The explorers then came across a more sinister find. Some arm bones and a scapula, as well as the sole of a shoe.
It appears we have found his wallet underneath this bush right here. We're gonna go ahead and see if this is his wallet.
It is his wallet.
Yes, it is his wallet.
Cards in it still.
So we have his wallet, which should definitely give the family a little more closure. We're not gonna touch this wallet with the bare hands, but we just want to see if this is Warren's wallet. Is that his ID right there?
Yeah, it's Warren Haggard.
All right, so we got a positive ID on this Warren Haggard. Let's see.
Do you see it?
Yeah, I see
You can just
it.
barely see Haggard.
Mhm.
At the bottom, and there's
Okay.
his picture.
There it is, same picture that they had online. That's Warren Haggard. So as we're looking around here, we've noticed we found a shoe and a lot more bones. After 10 years, how much of a shoe is left? As you can see right there.
Knowing that it was an ongoing investigation, the explorers left the items where they found them and notified police so that they could come and collect them for themselves. While evidence points to the idea that Haggard sadly died while roaming the remote area, the question of why he was there still remains a mystery. A Reddit user went to the beach to watch the bioluminescence, but instead of beauty, they found something haunting. On the sand, a figure appeared. At first, it looked like a shadow, or maybe someone standing in the distance, but what unsettled them was how unnaturally still it stood. Then, on the other side, another figure appeared. Trying to rationalize it, they lifted their hand expecting the shadow to mimic their movement, but it didn't. They turned on their phone's flashlight, hoping to reveal a person or at least an object, yet nothing was there. Just the figures, shadow-like, but strangely three-dimensional. They took a photo and walked back to her nearby home. They were completely alone that night, and everything suddenly felt really terrifying. This footage was recorded in China. It shows the night sky glowing a deep, eerie red. At first, it looked like something out of an apocalyptic world, but fortunately, there's a simple explanation. The thick air, heavy with pollution from China's massive manufacturing, scatters sunlight in strange ways, especially around sunrise and sunset, turning the sky crimson. Still, as that red glow stretches across the horizon, it's hard not to feel a little intimidated. This woman went on a weekend cabin trip in northern Washington, but when she arrived, the very first thing she noticed was this. A strange wooden figure, standing silently in the garden. What should have been a quiet retreat instantly turned unsettling. A family stayed in a rental just outside Medellin, Colombia, when they spotted this. A saucer-shaped craft with a red glowing orb beneath it. The craft hovered silently before eventually disappearing without a trace. They posted it online, but no one had an explanation. What was this thing? While driving down a road in Britain on his way to a cabin he rented for the weekend, a man froze at the sight of something terrifying. He pressed on, only to discover that the eerie figure was just a tree. Somehow its shape had formed naturally, though it looked deliberately twisted, as if meant to scare anyone passing by. Though it shouldn't be terrifying, the whole trip suddenly felt a little eerie. This footage was recorded by Dai's sister while visiting their father's grave, meant to help locate it for future visits. But when Dai reviewed the clip, she noticed a peculiar figure peering from one of the cemetery structures.
Salía para venir como para acá, caminar, y viste, para, no sé.
Concerned, she contacted her sister, who had already left the area safely. Her sister was certain she hadn't seen or heard anyone that day, believing she was completely alone there. Dai later shared the video online, seeking answers. Some viewers believe it was a wandering spirit, while others suspect the clip was staged for attention. What do you think? A YouTuber set out to explore an abandoned Japanese theme park, left deserted since 2014.
I've got, starting with this one building up here, and over here, there's a whole set of extra buildings. Now, this place seems to have been abandoned somewhere around 2014.
He carefully moved through the decaying buildings and empty ticket gates. Warning signs about bears were posted everywhere, keeping him on edge.
In the process of recording one of those videos, I had come across a sound in a forest that originally I thought was just a monkey, and it kept getting closer and closer. I was like, it's a weird sounding monkey. It was a bit of a squeak, a cry, a wee. And it wasn't until about 2 years later that I learned that that was not a monkey, that was the cry of a baby bear.
Memories of a past bear encounter lingered in his mind. Then suddenly, a loud rustle nearby froze him in place.
Of tennis courts, and gate ball courts. Does anybody play gate ball? Is that like Oh crap, guys. We are, oh boy. All right, something big moved over there. Ooh.
Instinctively, he grabbed his bear spray and backed away. It could have been a bear, a person, anything. But honestly, in a place like this, anything would be terrifying. Several photos of deer with glowing antlers have been going viral on Reddit, with many people suspecting it was just a clever edit. But actually they're real, and there's an explanation for it. In Finland, deer antlers were sprayed with reflective paint in an effort to reduce road accidents. However, the tests were limited and eventually abandoned, since the paint didn't last that long. Because of that, it never became a standard practice. And for more scary encounters, watch this next video.